The easy and simple access point for most people who are new to the asset class tends to be public reinsurance, which is called catastrophe bonds. So they're essentially similar to kind of high yield bonds in the sense that it's a tradable security. You get paid a cash return and then a reinsurance spread on top of that, which gives you your coupon. So the benefits of cat bonds is kind of relatively liquid, and it's got all eyes on it because it's a public security. So those are the main benefits. Private reinsurance is a much bigger market. So cat bonds have only been around since 1997. The reinsurance market has been around for a long time. People like Swiss Re, Munich Re have been around for well over 100 years. So it's a much bigger, deeper, more diversifying market. The other thing about the reinsurance market that's a little bit more subtle but really important is within cat bonds, you invest $100 and you'll take $100 of risk. The reinsurance business model is essentially they run leverage balance sheets. So they might have $100 of capital, but they're able to write $500 of risk against that capital because they're writing lots of different perils. So that means they can build a more diversified, more capital efficient portfolio that potentially has better risk adjusted returns. And one of the things you can do in the private reinsurance market, which we've been doing for many years, is what's called quota shares or sidecars, where you essentially invest alongside the balance sheet of a reinsurer. So you only put $100 at risk as the investor, but you're essentially able to access leverage through the reinsurer who takes that tail risk on balance sheet. So not only do you get the benefit of the capital efficiency and the leverage, but you also get the benefit of being fully aligned with a reinsurer. They're taking the risk on the balance sheet, so you know they like the risks. And then you as the investor are essentially working with your capital alongside the reinsurer. So the benefits of private reinsurance, partly things like the quota share structure, partly a much bigger market. And also to some degree, private and public markets can zig and zag at slightly different times. So there are times when cat bonds, public markets can be more attractive. So in 2023, spreads were really wide. We dialed up exposure to cat bonds then to capture the wider spreads because cat bonds have some duration, which means you can benefit from yields coming in because you make a capital gain on the spread duration. And then sometimes private reinsurance can be more attractive. So currently, I think our portfolio shows that the private side is earning significantly more than the cat bond side. So we're much more overweight to the private reinsurance. So our view is ideally, if investors can, you have exposure to both public and private. So you can assess the best relative value and kind of dial up and dial down based on where that is.